10 counties in western Pennsylvania, as well as being the exclusive home for all the WPIHL playoffs and championships for nearly 2 decades. Anytime, anywhere, always, we are the MSA.
Welcome to the PIHL on MSA. High school hockey at MSAsports.net is sponsored in part by the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Hockey League, by Chatham University, by First Commonwealth Bank, by UPMC Sports Medicine, by Officially Sports, by Progress, by Carlo University, by Dollar Bank, by Monticello's Italian Restaurant, and by Management Science Associates. Now let's head to the rink for all the high school hockey action here on the MSA Sports Network.
Well, good morning from the Alpha Complex here in Harmarville. It's the 2017 PIHL All-Star Games right here only on the MSA Sports Network. All day we'll have coverage of the PIHL's Elite playing, which should be a pretty exciting and fun day for these athletes throughout Western Pennsylvania. Along with Rob Longo, I'm Josh Rowntree here from the Alpha Complex. Up first, it will be the D2 All-Star Game, Division II in the PIHL's varsity class. They're getting set to get going. And Rob, obviously when you talk about All-Star Games, the number one thing, and talking with the coaches earlier, it's all about the fun.
Absolutely. I mean, this is you've earned a right to get here as being one of the elite players here in the PIHL. Why not have some fun? I mean, the season's a long grind. You're on long bus rides, as we have people ranging from Kennedy Catholic all the way down to Morgantown. So a lot of mileage covered through the season. It can be a haul, and now you're able to relax a little bit, and it's all about having fun, as you said, Josh, because the reason you play the game is to have fun.
Absolutely right. So there are 2 teams in that are fielded, obviously, and one of them will be represented as the black team. The other is the gold team. The gold team will be the home team. They wear the home white uniforms. The black team will be the away group. They'll wear their dark road uniforms. Mismatch of all the teams throughout the league.
We have to have the players go get their neck guard.
Oops.
So there's been a bit of a delay, which is actually kind of good for us because we were running a bit behind ourselves here at the Alpha Complex. The players have to have the neck guards for this game, so a lot of folks out there on the ice have to go back to their locker rooms to get those. And unfortunately for the black team, their locker room is not remotely close to this rink because of the multiple teams and events going on at the Alpha Complex today. Their locker room is a little far away, so they're going to run to get those, and a little bit of a delay here to start a long day of hockey here from the Alpha Complex. What we can tell you is the gold team, they are coached by Kennedy Catholic coach Steve Cavelli. Matt Maurice from Carrick is their assistant. The black team is coached by Cam Zappi out of Burrell, and Matt Wade is the assistant. Jamie Plunkett, the head coach of Meadville, he is not able to attend, otherwise he would have been the black coach. So Matt Wade slides into the assistant spot. Cam Zappi goes into the head coaching role. But really, if you look at these rosters, you're going to have players from the same team typically going up against each other. In one, for instance, you have Nate Norkovicus, the talented goalie out of Carrick. He's going to see shots from Jake Sokolsky, a forward that he plays with normally. So it's pretty good. And a lot of these kids, they know each other, not only from PIHL play, but travel play, etc. They're pretty familiar with each other. The coaches know kids. Hockey's a very tight community here in Western PA, as we're about to get started. For the black team, down to our left, it'll be Burrell's goaltender that starts for that number 84, Andrew Burkett. And John Poplarchek from Trinity will be the goaltender down to our right. This year, Burkett from Burrell, 6-2-2 record, 268 goals against, 877 save percentage, and 1 shutout. Poplarchek has a 7-4 record with a 364 goals against, 876 save percentage. He has 3 shutouts on the year for the Hillers. We're just about set to get started. 3 players from Meadville on the ice for the black team to get it going. And off the draw, it's won forward by Dalton Piacatelli from Kennedy Catholic. And quickly it's stolen away by Jeff Millen from Meadville. Up ahead to his teammate Nick France. France going to bring it into the attacking zone. Interesting, they start with 3 Meadville players out on one shift. Meadville, the top team in D2 by a pretty large margin right now. They are 16-0 and are having a fantastic year atop D2. They look to be like the favorites for the championship as it stands right now. Here's a shot from the right circle and a save made by Poplarchek as Jeff Millen let that one go. And quickly the lines will change. And a new group comes out on either side.
It's always interesting. Sorry, Josh. It's always interesting to see what the strategy is from the coaches because you have Poplarchek that starts the game here in the first period. There are 3 goaltenders, so every goaltender is going to see a period of action. Eddie Coppin from Meadville, he's 16-0 on a season. We'll get into his stats a lot later, but interesting to see Poplarchek in net first.
He was, I don't know how they broke it down, but he was listed first on the roster, I believe.
Maybe they drew straws. Who knows?
Yeah, I know that I was over in the gold team locker room talking with some of their guys as this is sent down the ice. No icing on the play. Stepping back is Mark Zakowski from Olsz. I was talking to some of the guys in the locker room, and they were sort of trying to figure out who's going to skate with who. Do you keep guys on the same team together if you can? We saw that with Meadville on the opening draw for the black team, but that's always a bit of a question here in these games. Now coming back with it is Wes Scott. Wes Scott to the goal, backhand move, and that's a goal. Wes Scott gets it started, and who else but the leading goal scorer in Division II, and Wes Scott. He leads in goals and points from Elizabeth forward, and Wes Scott gets them on the board first with the game's opening goal. Nice little backhand move as he got it by Poplarchek.
Well, pretty nifty move and a really good breakout pass here on the near half boards, able to get it to Scott. Scott just one-on-one, able to get around the defender, and then a little dipsy-doodle move into the back of the net.
So now coming back with it is Darren Smith. Smith out of Kennedy Catholic. Kennedy having a nice year. Last year was their first season. This year, one of the top teams in Class C. Right now, the #1 team. Puck comes free. Little backhand move through the slot. Nice look set up there by Dylan Zalanka. Then it comes back in front. He's trying to beat his own goaltender, and Andrew Burkett. And Jake Sokolsky lost control of the biscuit as it's Darren Smith now with it. They're going to give Brown the assist. Ryan Brown from Connellsville will get credit with the assist. Now the gold team setting up. They go behind the net with the puck. Turning with it is Quentin Smith. Smith back out to Sipple. Sipple let it go. He's from Connellsville, the defenseman, and he's going to go off for a change. See some guys trying to do some things that they wouldn't normally do with their coaches on the bench, putting it between the legs for the passes and things like that. As Bryce Schuler will go and skate towards the puck. The defenseman out of Burrell with 18 points on the year. And then comes free to James Kelly Tyndall from Blackhawk, and it's sent back on up the ice, and maybe an opportunity here, but stepping back is Steve Kendrich to get the puck. And then it's dumped into the near side corner where Olsz's captain, Tyler Sarankowski, will play it up ahead to Cooper Lagarde out of Meadville. Lagarde down the left wing into the left circle, goes on the backhand towards the net, and he had Sarankowski on the far side on the doorstep, but just couldn't quite get it to him. And the puck skates back out to Eubanks at center ice. Eubanks plays it up ahead, and now coming free, a good shot on by Tyler Stewart from Burrell. He leads them with 27 goals this year, and he rifled that one just wide. Now Barrett Hoffman, the very talented defenseman out of Meadville, comes free, puck pops up in the air, and then Sarankowski comes down with it over on the far side to Riley Jones from John Marshall High School. Burkett paddles it over to the far side boards. Shot coming back on. And that was from Darren Rosinski from Burrell, but it's blocked aside. Now coming back is Stewart. Stewart down the lane, off the pipe. Well, a good-looking shot from Burrell's Tyler Stewart, but he couldn't quite connect.
Looked like it was halfway in almost and popped out.
Now Cameron Drake, the speedster. Drake, a terrific football player for Central Valley. Also is an excellent hockey player. This one at the side of the net, jam attempt on. And a save made as getting rid of that shot was Dalton Piacatelli from Kennedy Catholic.
The other interesting thing, too, you look at these all-star games, Joss, is how intense is the game? You know, how do you, again, we talked about earlier in the broadcast about how long of a season, how much of a grind this season can be. You know, how do these kids react? Do they, decide to show off and go a little bit harder, or do they just kind of relax and treat it like a game of pickup?
Yeah, I think that's always something that's interesting. There's some kids, I think, that will take it more seriously than others. You have others that try to, pass the puck through their legs more times than not. So it's always kind of up and down on what you're going to see in an all-star game. But again, the number one thing for the coaches is the kids have fun. Here's a steal by Piacitelli. In front to Drake. Backhand attempt by Drake. Puck free, and it goes in. This is going to be Steinle with the goal. Sean Steinle going to poke it in with the backhand as it got between the pads of Burkett. And then Steinle right there to make it 1-1. The forward from Blackhawk, who has 23 points on the year, has one here in the All-Star game.
Talked about how the intensity matches up. I mean, that looked like a pretty good garbage goal, as they call them. Just a lot of effort on that one. The puck was loose, able to poke it in.
Now on the far side, the black team looks to answer. In the corner, it's France with it from Meadville. He's knocked off the puck.
Goal scored by number 18, Sean Steinle.
So Steinle does get the goal on the poke-in. Cameron Drake will get credit with the assist. There should be another assist on there, as the gold team again looking to answer. With it is Hickey. Matt Hickey from Elizabeth Ford. Then it's stolen away. Millen takes it up ahead to France. France down the left wing. They have a 3-on-1 developing, and a good shot on by Jeff Millen. That one just wide of the cage.
He knows it, too. Claps the stick on the ice and back to the bench. Really good opportunity.
Now Max Hamilton from Kennedy Catholic played it forward, but it's stolen away. Wes Scott takes it. Scott, the game's opening goal scorer, has 58 points this year, including 42 goals. He is a net filler, if there ever was one, for that Elizabeth forward team. EF right now at 4-11-2 on the year. Here's Jake Sokolsky with the steal for Carrick. He's on the gold team, takes it away, and then tried to play one up ahead, hit a body and comes forward. Going back after it is Isaac Eubanks from Carrick, but it's stolen away. Nicely done by Dylan Zalanka. Now it's to the left side and a slap shot on by Barrett Hoffman. And it pokes back out and free to Devin Brown. Brown from Ringgold down the left side. And he puts the brakes on in the corner, being harassed by Rosinski. With it is Ryan Brown. Gave it off to Eubanks. Eubanks a shot on. That hit the skate of Hoffman on the way through. Ricochet just wide. Brown picks it back up. Goes left wing. Now back up top to the slot to Eubanks. His shot deflected. And it's stolen away by Quentin Smith. Here comes Morgantown's Quentin Smith. Little backhand move. Looking to get to the middle of the ice. And then trying to score to the legs. And then it does go in. It was initially set up by Zalanka. Not sure if that was followed up by Sokolsky. And Sokolsky comes by and points at his teammate, the goaltender Nate Norkovicus, as he skates by the bench. We'll see who gets credit with that one, but an excellent setup there. And then kind of an innocent-looking finish. It's 2-1.
Sokolsky, I believe, will get credit for this goal. He's probably looking at Norkovicus saying, hey, you're next.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what he said.
Yeah, it's always good to have a little fun in these kind of games. But that was pretty good play. It all started with that blocked shot. I believe that was Hickey that had it and then just chased it down, kind of took a peek over his right shoulder and saw someone coming towards the slot.
I think it was Quentin Smith that had it. Quentin Smith stole it and then brought it down and gave the little backhand move. So he should get credit with an assist, I would think.
He would get to secondary, I believe.
Yeah, I think he will. 2-1, though, as we're 7 minutes in. These games typically in the high-scoring variety. We don't see a whole lot of defense.
I don't think I'm going to have enough room on my scoring summary, but we'll have to dip over to the penalty summary probably, because those are usually a little bit few and far between in these kind of games.
Penalties, they are not frequent. That's to say the least.
Kind of reminds me back to the Pro Bowl a couple years ago with Ed Hockley, the first flag throw, and he goes, yes, there are penalties in the Pro Bowl, and then proceeds with the call.
Play at the side of the net. Poplar check a bit offline there, and then he's able to scoot back over. Here's Tyler Wolf with it. Wolf lost control. Stolen away. That's Ringgold's Nathan Todd that took it. And then it comes popping back up.
Goal scored by number 18, Sean Steinway. One assist to number 11, Cameron Drake. And number 91, Will Piasatelli.
Piasatelli will get the assist on the Steinley goal.
The second goal scored
This puck stolen down the right side. Good shot on and a save made by Burkett. As Rickman let that one go. Face off at the right circle. Quick shot on by Piasatelli.
goal scored by number 55,
Here's Sipple.
Tukolsky.
It is Sokolsky with the goal.
Assist to number 81, Dylan Zalanka. And number 11, Quentin Smith. Time of the goal 10:09, remaining in the first period.
All right. There you have it. And Wes Scott brings it back the other way, but they're offside. It is the black team. And that's a great all-star moment there with Sokolsky scoring and then coming by and pointing at his goalie on the bench. And then he has to return to his bench where his head coach is sitting, and Matt Maurice. And knowing Matt as I do, he probably enjoyed what Sokolsky did, actually.
It'll be interesting to see the rest of the way. It would be really fun to see somehow Sokolsky get a breakaway on Norkovicus later in the game.
And
That'd be a lot of fun.
This is Nate Norkovic, and we'll talk about this more when he gets in. This is the fourth time he has been in the All-Star game. Every year he has played PIHL varsity hockey, he has been an All-Star, which is just an absolute testament to his abilities. Coming down the left side with it. This is Cody Pasilla from Meadville. Lost control. Stewart got a puck on it, and it pops up in the air. Now Pasilla going to come back and just give a turnaround drive that skips to the far corner. Now a shot from the right side half boards, and that's going to hit a stick on the way through and bounce to the near quarters, and it's stolen by Stewart. Here comes Stewart out of Burl. Down the right side, brings it towards the cage. Puck free. Rebound attempt went just wide. The net looks to be off the moorings. Tell you what, I really like the jump from Tyler Stewart. We talk about guys, you know, some guys play hard, some guys play fun, some guys kind of a mix. Tyler Stewart's out here. He's playing hard. He's skating real fast.
Yeah, that's why I just was about to say something about that. I noticed him a couple times. He's had several opportunities already. 10 minutes gone here in the first period. But, I mean, I can't imagine, if he's going 100%, I can't imagine when the adrenaline kicks in during the regular season, he's really, flying up and down the ice, what kind of problems he causes for teams playing against Burl.
Turning shot by Nick France. It popped up in the air. France leads Meadville in goals. That Meadville team, they are terrific this year under Jamie Plunkett, 16-0, 172 goals forced, and 27 goals allowed. They have outscored opponents by nearly 150 goals this season. And Jamie Plunkett's group is Jamie this week will go for win number 1,000 in his career. A chance at the side of the net. Good looking opportunity for Ryan Brown. Then it'll go all the way back down and be touched up for an icing call.
Well, and you see, the reason you look at these All-Star rosters, you see how successful these teams have been this season. I mean, obviously everybody gets at least one representative from their teams, but I mean, Meadville has several guys. I mean, just on the black team alone, you got 3 players, and then on the other side for the gold team, you have a goaltender and a couple other skaters as well.
And no doubt, Meadville and Carrick right now, the top two teams in Class B of Division II. Kennedy Catholic and Burrell, the top two in Class C. Again, it'll be in the playoffs, the top 6 from Class B against the top two in Class C. There's a drive from the left side point, and that one's covered up by Poplarchek with 6:23 to go. It's still 2-1. The top two teams in Class C, they will be seeds 7 and 8 in the tournament. And what makes things interesting is that there's a lot of folks that are of the opinion that Kennedy Catholic and perhaps Burrell as well are perhaps better than a number of teams in Class B right now. And so it's kind of a disadvantage for what will likely be Meadville, certainly, and most likely Carrick as well as the number 1 and 2 seeds. They could be getting some tough first-round games under their belts.
Well, and also the other thing about that is it's kind of up to sort of the school's discretion to play in that open division. There's teams like in this past season, Beaver moved into one of the divisions where it's strictly players in the district, and it's kind of hindered the Bobcats. I mean, because they were able to pull from Western Beaver and a couple of other areas as well. And by the way, Beaver won the Division II championship last year.
They did. There's a good chance at the net by Riley Jones out of John Marshall. Then it's steered to the side after a good save by Andrew Burkett, who's made a couple nice saves in the early going here. Yeah, the former open division, now known as Division II, has co-op teams as Cameron Drake breaks free. Drake a shot, and that one just misses. Rebound at the side of the net, bounces up in the air, still it's free. Burkett, that one rolled, it looked like over his back, and
I don't know how that didn't go in.
Net is off the moorings. Yeah, that looked like Burkett was down. It looked like it maybe rolled right down his shoulder and then directly to his left in the paint, and no one could put it home.
It looked like Steinley was going to get a chance at his second goal. I mean, he was kind of floating over towards that end. It looked like he got a whack on it, but didn't get the chance to go home.
5:12 left. Off the draw here in this first period. That one covered up by Andrew Burkett.
And by the way, these are same PIHL rules that we've seen all season. 17-minute periods, we'll see the ice get resurfaced after the second.
And face-off came a little bit late because of the player introduction, so likely throughout the day things are going to get pushed back, not to mention the net guard confusion.
Well, it doesn't help when one of the locker rooms is basically on the other side of the Alpha complex either. But
I'm sure they'll get the memo to the players going forward today and try to speed things up throughout the day. The PIHL has done just a fantastic job with this event. A new regime in the league with Craig Barnett, the former Cathedral Prep coach, now as commissioner. We had a chance on the PIHL Power Play show to talk with Craig, and boy, just so impressed with the new leadership. And Blake McNichol, who is the new deputy commissioner as well, or the associate commissioner, I believe is what he's labeled as Tyler Wolf lets one go, and that one just misses wide. They just have a great plan in mind for the league. And look, cherry picking here is Wolf just a bit, and he, as he was basket hanging, got open, nearly was able to get that by Poplarcheck.
Is it cherry picking when nobody picks you up in front of the net? I think it just chalks up the bad defense. That's another thing. You don't see a lot of defense in these games either.
And that is true.
Everybody wants to be the goal scorer.
Puck at the front of the net. It's going to be skying up in the air. Pasilla knocked it down, and the man falls down, tripped over the blue line. The old blue line monster will get you. And here's Stewart. How about Tyler Stewart with the moves? All alone on the break. He brings it to the net. Poplarcheck makes the save. Rebound attempt, and it's underneath the Trinity goaltender, John Poplarcheck. But again, Tyler Stewart, another great opportunity. The forward from Burrell, but John Poplarcheck that time making a big save.
Well, not only that, Cody Pasilla was able to harass him from behind, try to get at least a little bit of a stick lift in. I think he was able to disrupt it just a hair. But either way, he was able to get back on defense and limit that opportunity.
Where during the second intermission, I talked with Matt Maurice, the assistant coach for the Gold team, and he said that if they get the opportunity, he might stop up during the second intermission. We can talk a little bit with him about the All-Star game. Typically, we have things like standings and game breakdowns to talk about during that second period intermission, but today, not
so much.
Quite as much to talk about, so we're hoping to catch up with him here at the break. Here's one at the side of the net, and again, we still have the first period intermission to come, but that'll be during the second. There's about 3:10 to go here in the first as they battle in the corner for it. It comes free in the circle. Skating with it is Wes Scott. Scott over to the left side. Big shot on by Cooper Lagarde. Lagarde scored in last year's All-Star game, and now he takes it back out at center ice as the puck was redirected out there. And coming back for it is Trinity defenseman Travis Sipple. I'm sorry, that is Joseph Chop. Chop getting after it. Chop was a fill-in for Nate Hilzendegger, who has 30 goals on the year. Nate was not able to make it to the event. Not a lot of change as Wes Scott comes free with it. Scott, the little turning shot as he got just a bit of room and let that one go. It goes just wide. This game at 2-1, actually turning a bit low scoring for a first period of an All-Star game. The goaltenders have played quite well, though. think oftentimes they're the forgotten guys in all-star games. They kind of turn into shooting targets in a way as Brown takes it. Brown, what a nice move to get around him, man. Brown towards the net, tried to let go of the backhand. It's taken away, and Sokolsky tried to clear the zone, but it came free. Nice-looking shot on by Cagle, Jesse Cagle from Trinity. That one went wide. The Trinity Pillars making their name here as Connellsville's Ryan Brown at the side of the net had a rebound attempt there, but right there is Poplar check. Ryan Brown from Connellsville there with the puck. The blue jersey, Connellsville in Class C of D2, turning shot, and Chop going to get it out of there. Excuse me, that's Pyatt that time. Pyatt from Trinity. And now side of the net, Brown, another good look. Poplar check the save, and it comes all the way back out and will be sent all the way back down for an icing.
Well, his own guy got in the way there. Pasilla was parked in front of the net. Couldn't really do anything there. But that's what happens in these kind of games. That was Jeff Millen, I should say, for me. But I was looking at the other side. That's the other thing. You get a little confused here with all these different guys going back and forth. But, Ryan Brown, he's a nifty little player, too. We talked a lot about Tyler Stewart on the black squad, but he'll get on the scoreboard eventually here.
Coming back is Quentin Smith down the left wing. Set one up. A redirect by Sokolsky. That one went just wide. Sokolsky looking for his second goal. This line's been pretty good with Quentin Smith out of Morgantown and Jake Sokolsky from Carrick. They also have Zalanka from Burrell out there with them. Now puck battle in the corner. Darren Smith going after it. Smith out of Kennedy Catholic has 32 points on the year. This one pops up towards center ice and taken by Zakowski. Zakowski steps through a man. And now Smith. Smith out to Zakowski. Tees one up. Hit his own teammate coming through. That was Sarenkowski that he caught on the skate. Frees itself back out towards center ice. And stepping back is Zakowski again with it.
For Stewart.
Long pass up ahead. Stewart's offside, though.
He still doesn't know it.
I think he knows. I just don't know if he cares. He's just like, all right, I'm offside. I'm just going to skate around here. At the buzzer, Sokolsky let one go. May have got tripped up just a bit, but fired it just wide. So we're through one period. It's 2-1. The gold team in the lead on goals by Sean Steinley and Jake Sokolsky. As we're through 17 minutes, we'll be back with period number 2 after the break right here. It's the D2 All-Star Game on the MSA Sports Network.
Chatham University in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania is located on a stunning campus in the middle of a city of 70,000 college students. We offer challenging academics with over 40 majors, superb career preparation, and over 60 clubs and organizations. From the Literary Magazine and Drama Club to the League of Student Voters and pre-professional organizations. We also offer 16 Division III men's and women's sports, including men's ice hockey, starting in fall of 2017. For more information, visit chatham.edu/explore. When looking to replace your athletic field, choose ProGrass, first in turf. ProGrass has installed over 500 fields in the U.S. Getting the best artificial turf for your field depends on both the product and the partner you choose. That's why architects, athletic directors, and players choose the ProGrass Performance System. ProGrass maintains an active presence in the synthetic turf industry as members of the Sports Turf Management Association and the American Sports Builder Association, and is proud to be recognized as the FIFA preferred manufacturer. Call ProGrass today, 866-270-6003, or visit them on the web at www.progressturf.com. ProGrass, first in turf.
Period number 2 just about to get underway here from the Alpha Complex in Harmarville. The new goaltenders in the game, as we'll have one each period for both sides. It is down to our right, Nate Norkovicus from the Carrick Cougars, and to our left, it is Cam Witkowski out of Our Lady of the Sacred Heart. On the year, Norkovicus, 7-2 record, 164 goals against, 935 save percentage. That is the best mark in D2. And again, he is a 4-time All-Star. And on the other side, Witkowski, 7-5 record, a 405 goals against, 824 save percentage. A representative out of Osh. He has a couple of teammates out there as well. They're on the other side, so you know they're going to be looking to find the net behind them. 2-1 is the score. Shots even at 11 after one period of play.
Usually in the second period, you'll see a scoring pickup because you have the continuity of the players, got the line combinations going, unless you're one of those guys that say, hey, let's mix it up.
Well, now look at this. We're going to have a penalty.
Oh, what's this?
A penalty in the All-Star game. And
no one wants to be that guy.
A couple sticks in the area, and it is the guilty party, Bryce Schuler, who is going to pick it up. Schuler, the defenseman from Burrell, has 3 goals this year and 15 assists, and that is not something you want to do in an All-Star game. And he's going to hear that when he gets back
absolutely.
to the bench.
Just think if there's a power play goal, too. Even worse.
All right, so he goes off, and the gold team to the man advantage. They're first of the game.
Bryce Schuler, 2 minutes for tripping. LA 16:05 remaining in the second period.
Now Wes Scott comes free. I think Norkovicus, he's so used to seeing Wes Scott coming towards him that he started to defend that, not realizing that he was his own teammate. He kind of got down like he was waiting for Scott to maybe shoot that puck. And Norkovicus holds on. Again, though, Nate Norkovicus, his 4th All-Star game. Not a lot of guys can make that claim through the history of the PIHL, and he is one of them. And what a talented goaltender he has been. Has taken his team to the championship 2 straight years. Unfortunately for Carrick, they have fallen by 5-2 finals in both of those championship games. 2 years ago to Meadville, and last year, as Rob mentioned earlier, to Beaver.
Now, my question is, you usually try to figure out right before the game the line combinations in these All-Star games. Does anybody ever go over special teams? All right, you and you are going to go out on the power play, and then you and you on a penalty kill, but... Or is it just you run down the bench and say, all right, you're fresh, go?
I don't think there's time for that. I was talking to the coaches, and there was one of the players, I'm not positive who it was, is this one's at the side of the net, rebound attempt. Oh, Norkovicus, did he save that?
No.
They called a goal. It looked like it popped up off the inside of the goal and will go in, and then Norkovicus, as it came back down, got a glove on it and tried to say that he made the save, but they're not going to buy that. That puck looked like it would hit the top of the net and came down. And look at Norkovicus. He's appealing to his bench. He's saying, let's throw the challenge flag here.
By the way, that's a power play goal.
That is a power play goal, yeah.
When's the last time you saw that in an All-Star game?
Coming back over to the bench is Bryce Schuler. Not sure who's going to get credit with that. That one hit a couple sticks on the way through, so we'll wait for the official call here. They are announcing these from one side of the rink, but it's being reported at the other side, so there's somewhat of a delay. They have a walkie-talkie system, I believe, to get it from one side to the other.
We have to go review the tape on that one, to be honest. Ooh.
Oh, Norkovicus comes back with the glove this time as he stops Cody Pasilla, who let go of a good shot. Oh, it was a little angry looking from Norkovicus
He
there.
stepped the wrist a little bit at the end of that one for a little flare.
And that's, having seen Carrick a number of times throughout the year, that's probably Norkovicus' strength, is his glove. It's a terrific glove. I mean, you look at the save percentage on the year, 935. That's a tremendous mark. Cameron Drake will get the goal out of Central Valley. Coming back, another opportunity for Pasilla coming through.
So Steinle and Zalonka pick up the helpers. Steinle and Zalonka each have 2 points now. Look at this, tic-tac-toe.
Look at this, coming free, and no, not able to finish was Sarankowski as he was trying to beat his goaltender, Cam Witkowski. So Cameron Drake with the goal. He has 2 points. Sean Steinle with a goal and an assist. And Dylan Zalonka with 2 assists in this one. And how about the players from Osh? We have Tyler Sarankowski, Mark Zukowski, and the goaltender, Cam Witkowski. And they have at least one more Owski on their team. I can't remember his name, but he's been an all-star in the past as well. So this Wasenkowski, it might be. Sokolski takes it away. Sokolski lets go of a low shot, trying to beat his teammate Norkovicus, and he lost an edge, comes free in front. Norkovicus is going to put the paddle on it as the gold team has made it 3-1 here in period 2 of the D2 All-Star game. Nice crowd on hand here, as there'll be a lot of folks streaming in and out of this complex throughout the day. Busy Sunday here in Harmarville.
Nice to have this on a Sunday, too. A little bit more relaxed. Able to have one last thing to do before the week starts.
There's the one at the side of the net. Did it go?
Oh!
At the side of the cage, and look who it is. Oh, my. It is Sokolsky, and he points it again at Norkovicus. And
Norkovicus got a smirk under that mask, Alan.
And the look on his coach's face on the bench says a lot. He went and scored that goal and pointed right at his teammate Norkovicus yet again. He said, "I got you this time. I told you I would."
He's a man of his word. Maybe he can give me the Powerball numbers, too.
Oh, man. That's great. He called it. Here's Quentin Smith. Lets one go. It's now 4-1. Gold team in the lead here in the All-Star game. Unassisted goals. So Jake Sokolsky now with a couple.
How about that? 2 goals in 11 seconds for the gold team.
Oh, that's terrific.
It's going to be tough getting our Chatham University 3 stars of the game in order here.
Coming back the other way. Good-looking shot on by Tyler Stewart again, but the save made by Cam Witkowski.
Only 2 shots here in the second period for Team Black. It looked like Team Black had the edge for the first several minutes here in the first period, and then Team Gold was able to rumble back and tie the game and then take the lead. All because of Sokolsky. It's definitely in contention for maybe a number 1 star, depending on how the rest of this game turns out. But we still got a lot of time left.
Oh, I still have a feeling we're going to see a great many goals the rest of this one.
It'd be fun if they had a chance to do, just a 5-player shootout. Just at the end of the game, just for the heck of it.
Here is, along those lines, if the game goes to overtime, instead of regular PIHL overtime rules, it will be a 3-on-3 overtime. There's a great chance here by Kelly Tyndall from the left side, nearly went in. Now a shot back on and a rebound, and they score. It is Darren Smith from Kennedy Catholic that'll get the goal on the rebound, and it's 4-2. As I was saying, they will play a 3-on-3 overtime should it get there, and if it's not decided after the 3-on-3 overtime, like the NHL, it will go to a shootout.
Kind of hoping for overtime.
And a little birdie told me that they are using that potentially as an experiment for a league change, a league rule change in the future, where that could be more commonplace, but we'll see. Smith with the goal. Isaac Eubanks with the assist, so another Carrick player getting on the point sheet, and Darren Smith representing Kennedy Catholic. His coach, Steve Cavelli, doesn't like seeing that goal go in because it's against him, but nevertheless, I'm sure he's proud of Darren for the goal. Steve's quite a guy. Had a chance to talk to Steve Cavelli before the game. He's 100 miles a minute. He can really chat, and great guys, done a great job. They brought that program in and assembled it in a hurry last year. Struggled a bit last year, but showed some good things late in the year. And now this year, they have gotten worlds better. Here's Cameron Drake with it over to Steinley on the far side. Steinley looked like he maybe lost an edge. Good to see him get back up. Kind of an odd-looking fall there. And now Steve Kendrich from GCC takes it. Off to Cameron Drake. Drake off to Steinley towards the net. In front, good chance by Piazzatelli. Then he turns and fires one through the net mouth again, and that one went just wide. Outlet coming up ahead is Kendrich. Kendrich with it on the left side. Waits and fires, and that one goes wide. Turning shot by Wes Scott. That one caroms to the near side corner to Ryan Brown. Brown through the slot, and that one will go free. And then a big slapper from the right side by Mark Sikowski. Again, these Olsh guys, they're trying to score on Cam Witkowski. That's bragging rights for practice going forward. Here's Steinley down the middle. Got a shot on, but Norkovicus makes the save and holds on with 10:41 to play here in the second.
I see a lot of the Meadville players rolling up. Does Meadville have nicknames on the back of their jerseys? I'm looking here, and I see Tyler. No, check that. Who is that? That's Jeff Millen. Jeff Millen. It says the mayor at the bottom of his jersey. You can't see the other Meadville players because those shirts are tucked in on the back. But check out Millen the next time he's on the ice.
Turning shot by Cody Pasilla from Meadville. I've seen that before on Meadville's jerseys, and I know that there's a story behind it, and I'm not positive what that story is right now off the top of my head. Here's Ryan Brown. Brown behind the cage, bounces one, carrying it off the boards out to Zukowski. And now Brown. Brown over to Cagle. Cagle lets a shot go. That hits a stick on the way through, stolen by Pasilla. Tried to get it up ahead to Hickey. The EF jerseys and the Meadville jerseys are somewhat similar. Now Wes Scott comes free, looking for his second goal, and he has it. Ooh, that was nasty. Upper corner. Just buried it by Woodkowski as Wes Scott is on the board yet again. It's 4-3.
Top shelf where Mama keeps the cookies. Not quite barred down, but fit into that corner pretty good, pretty snug.
Looked like Woodkowski maybe got a glove on it, but then it tipped off the glove and up and down and into the net. So 4-3 as Tyler Stewart comes free with it. He turns and fires one. That's off the glove of Woodkowski. Then flew just high and over the bar. With it is Millen behind the cage. Millen on the backhand will turn over to Stewart. The 2 16s out there. Now Millen a shot.
Scorer number 27, Wesley Scott.
It is Scott's second.
With assist to number 70, Ryan Brown.
Brown his second assist.
56 remaining in the second period. Scott from Brown.
It's a repeat of what we saw in the first period. Brown had the assist from Scott.
Ooh, good little move here. Getting free with it was Matt Hickey, and it's stolen away. Hickey with the long hair flowing. On the right side, Nick France. France going to put on the brakes, goes around Hickey. Nice little move there. Skating in a phone booth here is Nick France. He leads Meadville 26 goals on the year, 47 points as well. Now Hamilton comes free. Here's Max Hamilton out of Kennedy Catholic. Trying to bob and weave his way through traffic. Got upended just a bit. Taken away, and now it comes free. Out to France. Here's France. Maybe had a 2-on-1 for a moment. Goes to the backhand. Now circles behind the cage. France delaying. And takes it all the way back out. He's skating freely here with the puck. Brzezinski couldn't handle it. Got it to France again. Now a shot on by Millen. And that one steered aside. Rickman comes away with it. Nick Rickman out of Elizabeth forward. Played up the ice. Kelly Tyndall couldn't control it. Bryce Schuler up ahead to his teammate. And Tyler Stewart off to Kelly Tyndall. Save made. And coming back free with it is Zelanka. There's Dylan Zelanka out of Burrell. Their leader in assists with 21 to Rosinski. Darren Rosinski, the defenseman, down the lane. Kind of a tall, lanky defenseman from Carrick. And now a whistle blows. I believe we have an offside here. 7:42 to go here in period number 2. Gold team leading 4-3 over the black team. The mayor. Yeah, there's a story behind that. I know I've seen that before. Here's Sokolsky on the turnover, looking for the hat. He tried to beat his goaltender yet again. Now Zelanka has it. Zelanka looking back for Sokolsky. Net is off the moorings as Norkovikas kept it out. And now Norkovikas has a word for Sokolsky. Playing maybe peacemaker there a little bit was Isaac Eubanks, a defenseman from Carrick.
How about Norkovikas there? You see that mare on the back of the jersey for Hoffman. And then you also see here on the bench, Eddie Kaufman for Meadville. It says Griner on the back. Interesting stuff. How about Norkovikas stacking the pads there? You don't see that very often.
Absolutely.
A little old school.
This Meadville team, they play. So while some kids have their PIHL team and then a travel team, Meadville has a PIHL team, and then they also travel with the same group. So they play, like for instance, at this point, like most teams in the PIHL have played 14, 15, 16, maybe 17 games at this point in the season, while Meadville has played, this group has played in the vicinity of over 40 games together this year. Sarenkowski on the back end. That also obviously is a big help for Meadville because the chemistry they grow playing together is really important. Here is Rosinski on the backhand. Yeah, all of a sudden, since Norkovicus came in the net, Rosinski's been trying pretty hard to score goals too for some reason. I don't know why that would be, and that's going to be slapped back down by Kelly Tyndall. Long pass up ahead by Zukowski, looking for the stretch pass to Tyler Wolf. Wolf is going to get in after it. Now Wolf behind the cage, waiting, delaying, and still on the puck. He centers one. It's sticked out of there, and it came free to Nathan Todd. Cross ice. Pyatt got a piece of it, but it comes free to Wolf. Wolf, a slapper from the left circle. That misses. Under 6 to play here in the second.
They talk about Meadville with the continuity of playing all the time. Kind of feel bad for the parents. That's a lot of mileage on the cars.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. This one taken away by Jesse Cagle over in the corner. Now on the right circle, Pyatt to Wolf. Wolf delaying. Now it's slapped back out of there. Skating with it is Pyatt. Off to Drake. Drake down center of the ice to Piacitelli. Off to Pyatt. Pyatt shot on, hit a knee on the way through, it looked like, and will be covered up by Nate Norkovicus.
Almost looked like a little bit of a knuckle puck shot there, the way it was bobbing and weaving through the net. But shots even at 21 here with a little bit under 5 minutes to play here in the second period. Of course, we'll get the ice resurfaced after this period of play, and then it'll be a lot of fun after that to see these guys fly back and forth after getting not only a couple periods underneath their legs, but also some continuity and some chemistry with some of their line mates as well.
Absolutely. Middle of the ice, stick to side. Wes Scott going to go after it. Tried to get it out towards Cameron Pyle, the defenseman from Kennedy Catholic. And skating back will be Bryce Schuler. So collected behind his own cage. Steinley, though, intercepted. Pyle couldn't quite control it, but Steve Kendrish takes it. Now down the left side, this is France. France, a little do-si-do move, then tried to center as he went with the drag behind himself. And Cameron Drake takes it. Look out, could be a 2-on-1. Drake and Piacitelli. Scott trying to catch up and maybe got a piece of it, but it went just wide, and now Wes Scott takes it away. He can really fly. The forward from EF. This one pops up near the bench. Piacitelli and Pyle, a couple teammates battling each other for it. Now Scott drops it off to Piacitelli. Back to Scott. Or that's Drake, excuse me, at the front. As Cameron Drake nearly finished that one, and now here's France back with it the other way. This thing starting to open up here late in the second period. As it stands, it's 4-3. Here's Pyle with it. Pyle gonna shoot one through. Redirect by Scott in front. And the whistle blows.
I think the official might have lost sight of that.
Could be. I'm not
That was
sure.
pretty good vision, though, going cross ice. We're kind of on that line where you can see it. He's able to just saucer it through, and pretty decent save there. A little underrated save by Witowski.
Yeah, absolutely. Shot on, and it's going to hit a stick. Millen was at the side of the net waiting for it. Now a shot back, and Cooper Lagarde let it go. Save made by Witkowski, and giving him the business was Tyler Sarenkowski.
I think Witkowski gave it a little bit back, too. I think he stuck his blade out there at the last second as well.
I think that's one of the most interesting parts of the All-Star games, is seeing players from the same team finally get to go after each other. You see them do it in practice, but in a setting like this, it's not as serious as practice, so there's no pressure to really behave, I guess, at times, and it's all in good fun, of course. I mean, the officials know that, too. Coming down the left side is Rosinski, shot on. Norkovicus the save. Now at the side of the net, Rosinski back, jamming, and it's covered up by Norkovicus, and then Eubanks pushes Rosinski on top of Norkovicus, and an official has to separate Eubanks and Rosinski, and they're teammates.
When's the last time you saw that? Probably last year at the All-Star game.
That's great. Yeah, if we get a chance to talk to their head coach, Matt Maurice, during the intermission, we're going to have some fun stuff to talk about with these Carrick players out here. Not only are they producing, but they're also jobbing each other pretty good out there as well. Here's Rosinski skating through traffic. Yeah, he's been lit alive here in this second period. Now coming back is Jeff Millen. Millen down the left wing, going to go behind the cage, puts on the brakes, waiting for something to develop, and then he's covered up by Quentin Smith and one of his teammates in Barrett Hoffman. And then Hoffman lays, and there's the first check of the All-Star game, and go figure, it's teammate to teammate as Hoffman put down Millen behind the net. This little move by Zelanka coming back the other way. Then he puts on the brakes, gets it off to Hoffman. Hoffman off top, big drive, hit a stick on the way through, and it's going to go just wide of the cage. Now PIHL lets one go, and a save made by Norkovicus. But of course, in a game in which there is very little hard checking, Barrett Hoffman lays a heavy shoulder into Jeff Millen. Hoffman's a guy, too. You look at what he's done this year, 8 goals, 16 assists. He is one of the most highly regarded defensemen in the PIHL. He is an extreme talent at both ends of the ice for the Meadville Bulldogs.
I wonder if Millen knew that check was coming, or if he was just going in lax and then all of a sudden the hammer comes down.
Found out in a hurry. Here's Kelly Tyndall back with it out of Blackhawk. His teammate has a goal and an assist in Sean Steinley. So he's trying to maybe answer. It's James Kelly Tyndall. Out the side of the net. This is turning play by Darren Smith, knocked out of there. Now on the left side, Brown. Good little move there by Devin Brown as he got some open ice. And now Smith takes it away. Smith a low shot, save made by Witkowski. The rebound attempt by Smith is also covered up by Cam Witkowski, the goaltender out of Olsz, with 1:12 to go here in the period.
26-25 shots. So I guess we'll have perhaps the best for last goaltender-wise. We'll see Kaufman in the third period for the gold team, and then on the other side,
Carson Burkhardt
we're
from
going to see
Kennedy.
Burkhardt.
Yeah. This one bounces over to the far side where Zakowski takes it. His shot on, saved by Cam Witkowski. Witkowski's done a nice job in the period. He's seen a lot of shots. Norkovicus too. I think the goaltenders, oftentimes, like I mentioned, the goaltenders, they kind of get pegged for a lot of goals in these games. I think all 4 goalies have played really respectably here. I mean, this is a 4-3 game. This is not your typical All-Star game, which is up, typically with double-digit scoring for at least one team, if not both.
It's all about pride at that point.
Yeah, absolutely. The goaltenders have been the difference so far. Piasatelli with the takeaway gets it to Drake. Piasatelli, little backhand play. And honestly, I think the quality of hockey's been pretty good here.
Absolutely.
That's a pretty good jump to it. Wolf going to give it off. Right side, back to Wolf, and he scores! Nice little give and go there from Tyler Wolf to Ryan Brown. Brown fell on Wolf again, and what do you know? Another Carrick player with a goal. That is Tyler Wolf, his first point of the game. And a nice setup by Brown. That's Brown's third assist.
Yeah, Brown got a little shove after a play from Sipple, too, on the other side, his fellow teammate. A little jawing back and forth there, but I think Brown gets the bragging rights at that point since his team was able to score and tie this game up. Late here in the second period as well.
Absolutely.
Chance for maybe one more rush.
There's Wolf again, 15 to go in the period as we're even at 4. Brown turning shot, still free. Wolf again. Oh, good save. Getting over by Witkowski to stop Wolf again with 9.3 to go in this tie game, 4-4. 3 straight goals here for the team in black.
Scott and Hickey from Elizabeth forward going after each other. Hickey hit him with a little bit of trip, and Scott had to give him a little whack across his shins right back.
PIHL couldn't get to it, couldn't control it. Pasilla nearly took it away, and then it's going to be backhanded towards the benches as the second period comes to an end. We're all even at 4. Pretty good hockey here between the gold team and the black team in the D2 All-Star game. Some guys mixing it up over the bench. Some Meadville players jawing at each other just a bit. Good to see. And Norkovicus and Sokolsky now you see there in the middle of the ice. They're having words for each other as Sokolsky got the better of Norkovicus in the period. And we're through 2 periods. 4-4 is the score. It's the D2 champion, or the D2 championship. Not quite. The D2 All-Star game. Championships to come. We'll have those for you on the network in about a month and a half. You're watching it right here on the MSA Sports Network.
Right now, when you refer a friend to open a new personal or business checking account at First Commonwealth Bank, you can earn a generous cash reward. It doesn't even have to be a friend. Could be a relative. Could be a Bruins fan. Could be that guy over there with the weird hair thing going on. It doesn't matter. Refer anyone to open an account and it will really pay off for you. They'll even get a cash reward themselves, no matter who they root for. First Commonwealth Bank, member FDIC. Learn more at a local branch or visit fcbanking.com.
Once again, the site to go to for PIHL high school hockey is the MSA Sports Network. Not only can you listen to audio broadcasts online at msasports.net, but once again this year, MSA Sports will video stream 25 live and archived high school hockey games during the regular season, powered by the PIHL, Tribune Review, and Chatham University. Plus, MSA Sports has exclusive broadcast of the Penguins Cup playoffs. Your home for the PIHL is the MSA Sports Network.
People ask what drives me. It's the respect I have for my opponents, the trust I have in my teammates, a coach who treats me with dignity, and a university that has faith in me on and off the field. That's what keeps me focused, why I practice harder, play my heart out. I play to win. I play for Carlo. Tell us your story using #WhatDrivesYou. Carlo University, a proud sponsor of the MSA Sports Network.
The team at UPMC Sports Medicine doesn't just rebuild wrists and knees. They build better athletes. Athletes at every level who want to get stronger and faster and prevent injuries. Fact is, no other sports medicine program in the region is more experienced when it comes to treating, training, and inspiring athletes. UPMC, the official healthcare provider of the Penguins, Steelers, and you. Find out more at upmcsportsmedicine.com.
Hit the ice at Mount Lebanon Ice Center, offering the most comprehensive instructional programs in the area, including hockey, figure skating, and learn-to-skate classes for all ages and ability levels. Classes start soon along with senior and developmental hockey leagues. Mount Lebanon Ice Center also hosts Friday night teen skates and Friday after-school skates for younger children. Birthday party packages also available. Mount Lebanon Ice Center, serving the South Hills for more than 35 years. Call 412-561-4363 or go to mountlebanon.org.
This is Josh Rowntree from the PIHL Power Play Show at MSASports.net. Along with Kevin Zilmansky, we plan to bring you the best high school hockey talk in Western PA this season. We'll cover every classification, AAA, AA, Single A, and D2.
All right, D2, Gordon Bombay, Charlie Conway, the Bash Brothers,
Kevin.
Wolf the Dennis Stenson, the Flying V?
No, Kevin, it's Division 2.
It's Knuckle Puck time?
All right, it's Knuckle Puck time. It's the PIHL Power Play Show sponsored by Chatham University every Wednesday night, 8 o'clock at MSASports.net. Make sure to follow the MSA Sports Network on social media this season for breaking news, scores, links to our articles, and much more. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/MSA Sports and get in on the conversation with thousands of local sports fans. Follow us on Twitter at MSA Sports and check out our YouTube channel, MSA Sports WPIL, for hundreds of video interviews with local student athletes, game highlights, and more. Whether it's Twitter, Facebook, or our websites, MSA Sports is the place to go for high school sports in Western Pennsylvania.
When looking to replace your athletic field, choose ProGrass. first in turf. ProGrass has installed over 500 fields in the U.S. Getting the best artificial turf for your field depends on both the product and the partner you choose. That's why architects, athletic directors, and players choose the ProGrass Performance System. ProGrass maintains an active presence in the synthetic turf industry as members of the Sports Turf Management Association and the American Sports Builder Association, and is proud to be recognized as the FIFA preferred manufacturer. Call ProGrass today, 866-270-6003, or visit them on the web at www.progressturf.com. ProGrass, first in turf.
People ask what drives me. It's the respect I have for my opponents, the trust I have in my teammates, a coach who treats me with dignity, and a university that has faith in me on and off the field. That's what keeps me focused, why I practice harder, play my heart out. I play to win. I play for Carlo. Tell us your story using #WhatDrivesYou. Carlo University, a proud sponsor of the MSA Sports Network.
All right, back here at the Alpha Complex in Harmarville. We're through 2 periods. The score is knotted at 4 between the gold team and the black team here in this all-star game. And just a great event. We'll have all 4 games here today, live video streamed at msasports.net through our YouTube channel. You can actually go back and watch these again as well through our YouTube channel, so you can watch all these terrific players going at it here. And what's been, Rob, a very exciting 2 periods of hockey. All-star games is not quite the intensity maybe of a normal game, but I think so far I've been pretty impressed with the quality of play for guys that have probably never played together for a lot of them.
Definitely outside that line that Meadville's had going back and forth a little bit for the black team. Other than that, it's been basically, a hodgepodge of guys, but a really good job all around. A lot of skill on display. We've seen that a couple times. A lot of good chances in front of net, a lot of good feeds. Seen a lot of saucer passes. You've seen a lot of speed, especially from Tyler Stewart of Burrell. He hasn't ended up on a score sheet yet, but he's going to get there eventually. He's going at about 150% out there as well. I don't know about some of the other guys, but, it's interesting to see. You see some guys roughing it up, mixing it up a little bit that you normally wouldn't see. Practice, like you said earlier, in the broadcast, Josh, is a lot more, maybe intense, but a lot more focused. Not able to goof around a whole lot, maybe here and there, but not like you are here in the All-Star game.
Yeah, no question about it. And right now in this game for the black team, Isaac Eubanks with an assist, Wes Scott with 2 goals, Darren Smith a goal, Ryan Brown 3 assists, Tyler Wolf with a goal. And for the gold team, Cameron Drake a goal and assist, Quentin Smith with an assist, Sean Steinley a goal and an assist, Jacob Sokolsky a pair of goals, Dylan Zalanka a couple helpers, and Dalton Piasatelli with an assist as well. You want to run down the scoring, though, overall, the scoring from the first 2 periods?
We'll give you a little bit of taste of the Mount Lebanon Ice Arena scoring summary. In the first period, Wes Scott got Team Black on the board with 15:35 to go in the first period. Brown had the assist there. Devin Brown of Ringgold, that is. And then later on in the period with 12:28 to go, Sean Steinley got on the board for the gold team. Cameron Drake with the assist, as well as Will Piasatelli. And then Jake Sokolsky, 2 minutes later, got Team Gold the lead, all thanks to Zalanka, along with Dylan Zalanka, that is, along with Quentin Smith. And then that was all in the first period. Second period, Cameron Drake scored with 14:53 to go. Steinley with the helper that time. Zalanka with his second assist. And then just 11 seconds later, Sokolsky found the back of the net. It was unassisted. And then Team Gold kind of faded a little bit. Team Black was able to take over. Darren Smith with 12:38 to go got Team Black on the board again to make it 4-2. Eubanks with the helper once again. That was Eubanks' first assist, I should say. Isaac Eubanks out of Carrick. And then about 3 minutes later, it was Wes Scott with his second. A repeat of the first goal as Brown had the helper there. And then with 32 seconds to go in the period, Tyler Wolf got on the board and was able to knock this one at 4 even, all thanks to an assist from, once again, Devin Brown.
All right, so they're almost done cutting the ice. We're going to step aside for another break. When we come back, we'll get you the third period here from the Alpha Complex. The D2 All-Star Game is tied at 4 after 2 periods of play right here on the MSA Sports Network.
The team at UPMC Sports Medicine doesn't just rebuild wrists and knees. They build better athletes. Athletes at every level who want to get stronger and faster and prevent injuries. Fact is, no other sports medicine program in the region is more experienced when it comes to treating, training, and inspiring athletes. UPMC, the official healthcare provider of the Penguins, Steelers, and you. Find out more at upmcsportsmedicine.com.
Right now, when you refer a friend to open a new personal or business checking account at First Commonwealth Bank, you can earn a generous cash reward. It doesn't even have to be a friend. Could be a relative. Could be a Bruins fan. Could be that guy over there with the weird hair thing going on. It doesn't matter. Refer anyone to open an account and it will really pay off for you. They'll even get a cash reward themselves, no matter who they root for. First Commonwealth Bank, member FDIC. Learn more at a local branch or visit fcbanking.com.
Own your piece of hockey history with a Penguins game-used jersey. Visit J&J Distributing at www.jjdistributing.biz and check out one of their largest selections of Penguins game-worn jerseys from your favorite Pens, past and present. Or call 724-752-1556. J&J Distributing buys, sells, and trades some of hockey's most prized possessions, including the Penguins game-worn jerseys, Penguins practice jerseys, minor league jerseys, and new and game-used equipment. Browse their inventory today at www.jjdistributing.biz.
This is Josh Rowntree from the PIHL Power Play Show at MSASports.net. Along with Kevin Zilmansky, we plan to bring you the best high school hockey talk in Western PA this season. We'll cover every classification, AAA, AA, Single A, and D2.
All right, D2, Gordon Bombay, Charlie Conway, the Bash Brothers,
Kevin.
Wolf the Dennis Stenson, the Flying V?
No, Kevin, it's Division 2.
It's Knuckle Puck time?
All right, it's Knuckle Puck time. It's the PIHL Power Play Show sponsored by Chatham University every Wednesday night, 8 o'clock at MSASports.net.
What you want? What you want?
What you want is to stay warm this winter by logging on to www.msasports.net each and every day. We have all the schedules, the scores, the rankings, and the standings of the high school winter sports, plus weekly shows like Inside the WPIL Wrestling Circle, the PIHL Power Play Show, and the WPIAL Roundball Report, along with live and archive broadcasts of whatever your favorite high school sport is. Anytime, anywhere, always there, every day this winter. It's the MSA Sports Network.
High school.
All right, getting set for period number 3 of the All-Star game. Right now, only one team's made it back out on the ice. Of course, the other team has
a little bit of a
farther of a distance to travel from their locker room, but it is 4-4. Shots are 28-26 in favor now of the black team. The gold team started off pretty solid 4-1 lead, but it's been a nice comeback developing here for Team Black, but a very competitive game. As I think more than anything, it's been really, I think, fun to watch here in this game. Looking at this Division II right now, the standings for when we do get back to meaningful play, it is in Class B, Meadville on top. They, again, are 16-0. They've outscored teams 172-27. And Carrick behind them. Carrick's won 7 games in a row. They have 26 points at 13-4. Osh then at 20 points. Central Valley at 17. Ringgold at 14. Blackhawk at 10. That would be your playoff field from Class B. EF and Morgantown right now with 10 and 3 points. They are outside of the playoff race. EF still, though, a pretty good chance at getting in with a 4-11-2 mark. They'll just need some things to break their way a little bit here down the stretch. In Class C, Kennedy Catholic at 12-1-2 with 26 points. They're the top team out of Class C. Burrell is at 24 points. Trinity at 18. Connellsville 10. Greensburg Central Catholic 3. And John Marshall 3. The only question really at this point with 20 games on the schedule, 6 games left for Trinity. They're 6 points back. Can Trinity come back and overtake Burrell? Otherwise, it's going to be the first round. Burrell at Meadville. Kennedy Catholic at Carrick, and then Blackhawk at Olsh and Ringgold at Central Valley. That would be the playoff field right now, should they hold, and makes for a pretty good, pretty interesting playoff. We talked at the start about those 2 Class C teams in Kennedy and Burrell, both of which have been, I think, pretty well represented here in this game. They potentially could see the 1 and 2 seeds in Meadville and possibly Carrick in the first round. Those are going to be tough first round games, and it almost in a way benefits you to drop maybe to the 3 spot in a way, because you're probably not going to have as tough as of an opponent, and that's something that the league is actually looking at maybe changing next year, getting rid of B and C and just having everybody play all in one field. That could be a change that is made for next year, and who knows, if this score holds, we could see another potential rule change unfold here today with the possibility of 3-on-3 overtime and a shootout. That could happen here in this one today. So if any All-Star game goes to overtime, there will be 3-on-3 overtime followed by a shootout should it be needed. And that will be a lot of fun to watch, because if the NHL has taught us anything, it's that 3-on-3 hockey is pretty darn unpredictable, if anything.
It's very fun to watch, but very stressful, especially if you have a dog in a fight, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it'll be interesting. And why not, keep everybody – if you're going to have the All-Star game be everybody in Division II, you might as well just, get rid of the B and C division, just have Division II as a whole. And I haven't really sat down and looked at everything, but, I might cut down on travel for some of these guys. I mean, you look and you see, Meadville in the north, and Kennedy Catholic in the north, you have Morgantown, you have John Marshall, these schools all over the place. So, I mean, it might cut down on a little bit of travel, whether that's north, south, east, west. It'll probably have to be north, south, if anything. But, you have that division in the PIHL in general. I mean, you have, the Penguins Cup and the Flyers Cup, and then those two teams meet for the states. So, why not do it that way in Division II as well?
Yeah. Unfortunately, Division II doesn't go to the
and that's another thing,
state
too.
championship. And their season ends with the D2 championship, where is in the pure classifications, they will play at RMU this year. I believe that'll be the site for the state championship game. She's a steal by Sokolsky, drops it back, and it's taken by Wes Scott. Scott looking ahead for Nick France. And this one all the way back down for icing. The two goaltenders in, the final available goaltenders, to our left for the black team. It's Carson Burkhardt from Kennedy Catholic. 8-0-2 is his record this year. 284 goals against and a 904 save percentage. On the right side, it is Eddie Kaufman out of Meadville. He has been tremendous, 16-0. 153 goals against, 903 save percentage, and 5 shutouts on the year. Here's Eubanks off the draw. Came free for a moment to France, who let one fly high. And this one will be steered aside back into the corner. And taking it is Jeff Millen. Kaufman is the D2 leader in wins, goals against, and shutouts. Again, right now, averaging a shutout every third game that he plays.
Well, it's hard to believe on the other end, too, for Burkhardt that he doesn't have a shutout yet this season.
Yeah, his numbers have been terrific.
I mean, obviously, you'd like to have the 339 goals against average down a little bit, but, when you have 8 wins, I guess it shows the testament of how good the offense can be.
Yeah. Turning shot coming through. Sokolsky going to track it down in the corner, but then Cooper Lagarde out of Meadville took it away. Comes free in the center of the ice to Eubanks. Eubanks going to go up the far side boards, but then lost control of it. Stolen away by his Carrick teammate, Rosinski. Darren Rosinski is shot on, and it trickles over to Sokolsky in the corner. Sokolsky then going to have it taken away by Nick France. Look out, the speedster France back the other way into the right circle to the cage, and where's the puck? It somehow got behind his Meadville teammate, Eddie Kaufman. Then a big check laid on Sokolsky in the middle of the left circle by France. Puck stolen away by Sokolsky. He takes it up ahead to Piacitelli. There's Dalton Piacitelli. One touch ahead to Cameron Drake. Drake splitting the D down the center of the ice. The shot on just misses as Burkhardt looked like he got a piece of it with the glove on the left hand.
Kind of surprised Drake didn't try to go backhand there. He had plenty of room. He could have been able to maneuver around.
Far side, Cagle. Can't quite control it. Comes free out to Zukowski from Osh. And finally taken back by France. Well, he's been out here a lot in the early goings in this third period. Nick France, 26 goals on the year. Leads Meadville in goals, assists, and points. Has 4 shorthanded goals this year. Now, Good shot on by Tyler Stewart. Boy, you feel like Tyler Stewart's going to get one by the end of this thing.
He has to.
He's had so many good looks at the net. There's Ryan Brown with it. Brown's had a great game. 3 assists for the forward from Connellsville. The only player with 3 points so far in this game. Ryan Brown. It's good to see a team of Connellsville that's kind of struggled this year at 5-9. Good feed in front. Piastatelli looking for Drake. He couldn't quite get to it. And Smith tried to take it away. Now it's going to trickle behind the cage. Smith still going after it.
Notice that the gold team's been shifting the lines up a little bit. Earlier out there we saw Cameron Drake with Steinley kind of shifting around a little bit, playing with some different guys.
Well, they nearly caught him in a change as Cody Pasilla brought it ahead. He just couldn't quite control it, and it's stolen away by Cagle. Then Brown got a stick to it. Now it's taken back by Pasilla. Pasilla working it down the goal line, dropped it back out, and Stewart takes it away.
See if Stewart's going to try to go coast to coast. I bet he does.
Here comes Stewart. Couldn't quite do it. Cut off by Cameron Pyle. And it's lobbed up ahead. Look out as Max Hamilton was coming free. And then catching up to him is Bryce Schuler. And here's Brown. Brown back on it. Devin Brown towards the net. Good shot on and a save made by Eddie Kaufman. Interesting, the goaltenders on both sides, teams from kind of similar areas outside of southwestern Pennsylvania, more towards the north in Kennedy Catholic and Meadville. I think that has the potential of a nice little rivalry should they stay in the same classifications over the years. Of course, Kennedy's coach, Steve Cavelli, here. Last year, I think I mentioned earlier, we talked to Steve on the PIHL Power Play show. We also talked to the team president as well of just how things came together for a Kennedy hockey team. There's a lot of interest in hockey in that area. Obviously, Youngstown not too far away. They have the Phantoms there, and there's some competitive hockey to be played in that area, and there's definitely some interest. And as you can see, Kennedy Catholic well represented here today. Coming down the lane was one of those Kennedy players. That's Cameron Pyle. Couldn't quite control it. Now Rosinski, the defenseman, steps back, and he'll bank it off the boards on the way into the attacking zone, where stepping back for it is Pyle. Kelly Tyndall couldn't quite get to it. Sokolsky then lost control.
Seems like the intensity's kind of faded away here. First several minutes of the third period, it seemed like the first 2 periods everybody was up and at 'em, ready to go. Go against their counterparts, go against teammates, and now everything's kind of settled down here, and it's kind of settled into what you've seen as almost a regular season game.
Pyle down the center, got a backhander off and couldn't connect. Yeah, you're right. It has been kind of a slower pace here in this period. Maybe that early wake-up call, the adrenaline wearing off just a tad.
It's getting to me a little bit, I can tell you that.
Here's Sokolsky. Sokolsky off to Zelanka. Zelanka walking down, got a shot on, went high, and save made. Now Zelanka going to spin out of it. He's going to go behind the net looking for Sokolsky. And it came over to Quentin Smith, right side. Rosinski shot on. Sokolsky in front had a piece of it. And then a rebound attempt went just wide by Quentin Smith. Now this one backhanded out towards center ice. Rosinski will go and track it down. Skating hard after it is Steve Kendrish. Kendrish from Greensburg Central Catholic. Side of the net, chance for Wes Scott, but right there is Kaufman to make the save. And then Barrett Hoffman will come free with it. Look out, could be an odd man rush here. Quentin Smith down the left side has Hoffman and Sokolsky with him. Dishes it right side looking for Sokolsky, but no one home. And Wes Scott will take it away. Could be a chance back the other way. Wes Scott ahead for Tyler Wolf. Wolf going to chase it down the corner, and that's going to be an icing call on the black team, so it'll come all the way back down to our left.
That was a really good job by Cooper Lagarde there defensively. Stayed in his lane, took away the passing lane. Sometimes you want to take the puck, but as long as everything's covered and you have the goalie, not hung out to dry, it works. And it worked out all right there for the black team.
This Alpha Complex, they've really turned this into quite a facility This is the home of a number of teams. Pitt hockey plays here. Duquesne hockey plays here. Chatham, that's an NCAA D3 school, they play here as well. And the high school teams, Fox Chapel, Central Catholic, Shaler, and Hampton all play here as well. And the Steel City Renegades are here, and I believe there's at least another travel team that plays in this building, in this rink, in fact, as well. The Vengeance, that's who it is I was looking for. And the Vengeance play here as well. Here's a chance at the side of the net, and it goes in.
Oops.
Oh, it might be Piasatelli that gets credit with the goal here. That one trickled through, I believe, his teammate in Carson Burkhardt. That's kind of unassuming. It just went right through the pads of the goaltender in Burkhardt and into the net, and it's 5-4, the goal team in the lead.
Well, in the way that Eddie Kaufman's been playing this season, that might be it.
Might hold up. So it comes with 9:29 left to go in the game, and now the goal team looking for another. Hickey in front of the net. Puck still free. It's behind Burkhardt. Scramble through the net mouth. The net is off the moorings.
I was waiting for the whistle there.
Blow it now, yeah. Another good chance right off the draw. We'll wait on the official call. After the game, we're going to go down to the locker rooms and get some interviews for the MSA Sports Center stages. It is Drake with the goal.
The second goal of the game. Assist to number 91.
Piasatelli.
And number 98, Ryan Marietta.
Ryan Marietta from Greensburg Central Catholic will get an assist. Good to see GCC represented on the score sheet. So Cameron Drake now with 2 goals and an assist. Only the second player with 3 points.
Sokolsky also has those 2 goals as well. Sokolsky doesn't have any assists, though, from what I can tell. No, he doesn't, so.
Nope, it's, Drake with the 2 goals and an assist. Sokolsky with 2 goals right now. A couple guys with a couple assists, including Piasatelli, who had one there. This one into the blocker of the goaltender Carson Burkhardt down to our left. And the Steel City Ice Renegades were playing earlier here at this rink. The young kids were playing. We had a chance to watch them. There's some skill out there on that ice. There's a big drive by Hoffman off the draw, and a great glove save made by Carson Burkhardt.
Starting to heat up a little bit. Start off slow here in the third period, but after that goal, it's been kind of a little back and forth.
So taken away by Schuler. And then stolen. Down the right side, it's Riley Jones. Jones, 10 goals on the year, leading John Marshall. Ooh. Now Ryan Brown up ahead. Brown nearly got it on his stick, then he centered one, looking for Stewart. And it was deflected wide. Now a steal. France tried to drag it around his teammate Hoffman. He said, I've seen that move plenty of times. Brzezinski with it. Brzezinski got it around France. Look at the defenseman skating free. Oh, Darren Brzezinski here, then trying to toe drag around a man. Couldn't quite do it. Pyle was able to get a stick on it, and it comes out to Smith. Smith then plays right by him. Look out, coming down the ice. Stewart got open with Kaufman out of the net. France was trying to get to it. Boy, France, his eyes got big there. He saw Kaufman about 20 feet out of his net. Now Sokolsky left wing. Shot on. That one went wide. Brzezinski will chase it down in the corner. Turning play. And it's chopped up in the air and stolen. And now coming back with it is Cooper Lagarde. Stewart had it go off his blade. Then it's chopped back out towards center ice where Smith takes it. Now Smith with the steal. France stood up by Hoffman. Now comes free to Stewart. Stewart got a shot up. Looked like that went off the glove of Hoffman. Left side, big shot by Lagarde and a save made by Hoffman. Boy, the Meadville players are starting to pepper their own goaltender here a little bit. Shots now 35-34 in favor of the black team, but the score is 5-4 in favor of the gold team.
I don't know how Lagarde's shot there got through. I thought it was going to hit something in traffic just the way that everybody's been standing in front of the net today. Either way, though, pretty solid save there by Kaufman.
Just under 7 minutes left. A one-goal game. Eubanks drops it up ahead. Now going back after it is Ryan Marietta.
Another cool thing about the All-Star game is you see everybody getting ready for the next game, hanging around, watching the other guys play.
Yeah. The Class A game will be next, followed in order by AA and AAA. Now on the near side, Eubanks will skate back after it. Going to get there first, though, is his teammate Cooper Lagarde. Banks around to Eubanks. The other good thing about the All-Star game is that everybody gets to play, even minutes.
Yeah.
You don't have a top line that's out there a ton. It's very free-flowing. Everybody switches up. Everybody changes. As this is a long pass out to Piastatelli. All Kennedy Catholic players coming back. Joining it was Sokolsky. Piastatelli tried to get it to him. And then Darren Smith laid a check into him. Sokolsky gets it back. Sokolsky, a turning shot, still looking for the Hattie. And that one will be deflected to the corner. That was great. Darren Smith and Dalton Piastatelli tied up. Laying into each other pretty good. Ref said play on. Good little move by Kelly. Tyndall going around him, and the backhander, though, is saved by Kaufman.
Oh, that was good. It could have been a costly check, too, because he got put on his wallet pretty good there.
Yeah.
Couldn't get back on defense.
The black team here in the period, 36 shots total. 10 in the period. Kaufman stopped all of them. So, we talk a lot about the guys that score points, but it's not out of possibility for a 3-star to be a goaltender should he have a good performance. And right now, Eddie Kaufman standing up to it, even though they only play a third of the game. Kaufman right now has been really important for this gold team's game right now as they lead by 1. We'll wait and see how that all plays out. Some very deserving guys. Scoring really spread out in this game, but a few guys with some good point totals here. Here's Drake trying to get his 4th point of the game, speaking of. Piastatelli applying pressure, came by Brown, now to the near side, stolen by Scott. Scott for a moment nearly had Steve Kendrish on a 2-on-1, but a good play by Sipple to take it, then he overskates the puck. The defenseman, Travis Sipple, 13 points on the year, including 8 goals. Wes Scott takes it. Scott trying to get around Sipple to the net side of the cage, and it's going to be deflected wide as Brown was in there, a player from Ringgold. Devin Brown, 10 goals on the year for the Rams. 4.5 to play. Again, it's 5-4, the gold team in the lead. In front of the net, good chance. Brown was there again, as was Steve Kendrish. And then it's cleared back down the ice. Skating hard after it is Drake. Drake goes around Cagle. Drake still on it, waiting, delaying, then dishes one on the backhand, and Steinle has it. Steinle, who had the game's opening goal, tried to center one up to the blue line, and it's stolen by Scott. Rosinski and Hoffman getting back. And spinning around is Jeff Millen, but he can't control. Then Cameron Drake still out there, kind of an extended shift for him. Banks went up the far side board for Piastatelli, and Drake's going to have to get off. Here's Schuler. Schuler cross ice over to Wolf. Wolf, long pass up ahead, right onto the tape of Hamilton. Hamilton then drops it off to Pasilla. Pasilla turns and puts it through the slot looking for Hickey. Matt Hickey out of Elizabeth Ford nearly got to that one. Now here's Hoffman with it, and they're offside. And it's touched by Hamilton. Hamilton looks over.
He's like, what the heck was that? Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, we're offside. Puck came out.
Puck barely came out. It was probably about a good maybe 6 inches, if that.
Yeah. And one of the more interesting and fun to watch things for us is we're standing right here behind the benches, and so we get to see kind of all the, we'll call it communication that goes on and the benches and the players mixing it up with one another.
I prefer shenanigans, but
yeah, that's a good way of putting it. I talked to when I talked to the gold team coaches, they said it was a really good room. Guys were really having fun as Hoffman will cover up down here, and again more extracurriculars between the Meadville players. The Meadville players are now starting to imitate the Carrick players here in the third period from Carrick's shenanigans, as Rob would say, in the second.
And Carrick's back at it again on a wing.
And it became kind of like a comedy routine with the Carrick players. It was really funny to watch in the second period. Now Meadville mixing it up as well. Good little back pass to Wolf, and he goes high and scores, and we're even. Tyler Wolf. And they beat Kaufman, and it's a tie game with 2:55 to go. What a nice move by Wolf. And if you didn't know it, Jeff Millen, he's the one celebrating like he scored the goal, but I'm pretty sure that was Wolf, if I'm not mistaken, that scored it. Millen has his hands in the air like he just scored the cup winner.
He had the primary assist on it, too.
Yeah, he got an assist, I guess, against his goaltender, but we're even now at 5 with 2:55 to go. And again, we talked about the altered overtime rules for today. That is just 3 minutes away from happening, but Millen has other ideas. Nearly connected off the opening draw, or the draw there, and off the blocker. Now here's one crossed in front. Wolf back with it. He goes back to Millen. Millen, backhander, Kaufman on the doorstep. It goes in. I think Wolf might get this one as well.
He does.
I think he touched it last. Millen was in front, and just like that, the black team leads 6-5.
Millen's going to get the primary helper on it, too, because
I think Wolf touched that puck
Wolf
last.
was able to sneak it right inside that right post.
And if that's the case, that's the hat trick for Wolf. So we talked about Sokolsky maybe getting a hattie, and it's going to be Wolf instead.
In the span of, let's see here, 19 seconds, 29 seconds.
His coach is just staring at him.
That's all you can do at this point.
Matt Maurice, the Carrick coach, coming over and says, hey, calm down. We want to see this thing go to overtime. Scoring so much.
So now
that's great.
Goal team it's back against the wall a little bit here.
Absolutely. 6-5 now after a couple of goals by Tyler Wolf. We'll wait on the official call that second. The first one was definitely Wolf. It looks from our angle like.
Second goal of the game, scorer number 78, Tyler Wolf. An assist to number 6.
Shot on. Kaufman with the save. Millen the assist.
12, Cameron Pyle. Time to goal 2:55 remaining in the third period. The 6th black goal. His third goal of the game, scored by number 78, Tyler Wolf. An assist to number 16, Tyler Stewart. Time to goal 2:31 remaining in the third period.
Jamming play in front.
I believe that's Millen with the assist. They announced Stewart. There's two different 16s, but Stewart was just on the ice. It's going to be on Millen with the primary helper.
Yeah, so we'll change that. For the sake of
our stats.
It's for the sake of an all-star game. It'll be. We'll give Stewart an assist as well. There's an empty net down to our right with 1.5 minutes to go. They pulled Kaufman here. When Kaufman played so well, then all of a sudden, 2 goals just like that to Tyler Wolf, who has a hat trick now. The only player to do that in the game.
Well, fortunately for Kaufman, these don't count towards the regular season stats.
There's Zelonka in the corner. Again, empty net down to our right as the goal team looks to force overtime. Brzezinski a high shot. That one went wide. Sokolsky going to chase it down in the corner. Sokolsky then lost it, and it's chipped back out towards center ice. And Brzezinski going back after it. Again, 6-5, 1 minute to play. Here in period number 3, the black team on top of the gold team. Now this one banks up the near side, comes free to Drake. Drake down the left wing, has Sokolsky going to the net, feeds it across, and it's off his skate and trickles over to the corner. Zelonka now back on it to Drake. 40 seconds to play. Zelonka trying to weave through traffic. Off to Sokolsky, who just misses on the short side. Now Hoffman with it. Hoffman winds up. That one hit a skate on the way through. Drake in the corner. 25 seconds to play. And it's going to come back out to Kelly Tyndall, who clears it all the way back down. And behind the net it goes. 18 seconds left.
Hit Hoffman skate, no icing.
14 seconds towards the empty net. A shot goes. That one's wide. 10 seconds to go. Now Hoffman with it. Maybe a chance for one last rush here. And it's tipped up ahead by Drake. Kept back out. 2 seconds to go. And that will do it. As Scott tries to hit an open net. It's going to be late, though, and 6-5 will be the final score. So the comeback complete by the black team, and a terrific D2 All-Star game. 6-5 is the final. Final shots 40-36 in favor of the black team. And congratulations to both squads on just a terrific event here today. As the black team wins 6-5. We'll recap it all when we come back. We'll get you the 3 stars from the game as well. That's after these words when we get back here on the MSA Sports Network.
Wrestling is in full swing for yet another season, and inside of WPIHL Wrestling Circle is here to cover it every step of the way. But to bulk up our coverage, we had to bring in some help.
Buddy the Elf, what's your favorite color for this town?
No, not that help. Instead, we turn to the Pennsylvania Wrestling Man of the Year.
I'm Jeff Upson of PA Power Wrestling. Each week we will break down the matches, the tournaments, and more to give you the most in-depth analysis of wrestling like you've never seen before.
Listen in to Inside of WPIHL Wrestling Circle every Monday night at 7, only here on the MSA Sports Network.
Hit the ice at Mount Lebanon Ice Center, offering the most comprehensive instructional programs in the area, including hockey, figure skating, and learn-to-skate classes for all ages and ability levels. Classes start soon along with senior and developmental hockey leagues. Mount Lebanon Ice Center also hosts Friday night teen skates and Friday after-school skates for younger children. Birthday party packages also available. Mount Lebanon Ice Center, serving the South Hills for more than 35 years. Call 412-561-4363 or go to mountlebanon.org.
Chatham University in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania is located on a stunning campus in the middle of a city of 70,000 college students. We offer challenging academics with over 40 majors, superb career preparation, and over 60 clubs and organizations. From the Literary Magazine and Drama Club to the League of Student Voters and pre-professional organizations. We also offer 16 Division III men's and women's sports, including men's ice hockey, starting in fall of 2017. For more information, visit chatham.edu/explore.
Back here on the postgame show here on the MSA Sports Network in this D2 All-Star game. The final score 6-5 in favor of Team Black as they get the victory over the gold team here today. A great showing this afternoon from a number of players. We'll have the 3 stars for you in just a moment. As the final shots in the game, 40-36 in favor of the black team. By period, the goals for the black team, 1 goal, then 3, then 2, giving them a total of 6 in the game, 2, 2, and 1 for the gold team. And now that takes us to the 3 stars of the game, brought to you by Chatham University here at their home rink. The 3 stars, if Rob, you want to bring them to us?
Sure, we'll start off with the black squad, Ryan Brown.
And 3 assists in the game.
Our number 2 star, Cameron Drake for the gold team out of Central Valley.
2 goals and an assist for Cameron Drake.
And our number 1 star, I don't think it's much of a question, Tyler Brown with the Tyler Wolf, excuse me, from the black team with the hat trick out of Carrick. I think he had an assist in there as well, did he?
I only had him
no, he did
with
not.
the 3 goals.
Yes.
So, yeah, the 3 goals for Tyler Wolf, and he comes away with that. Looking at other guys that had points, Cameron Pyle an assist, Jeff Millen with a couple helpers, Tyler Stewart with an assist, Isaac Eubanks with an assist, Wesley Scott a pair of goals. He was in contention as well for one of the 3 stars. Darren Smith with a goal, Ryan Brown the 3 assists, Tyler Wolf the 3 goals. And on the other side, it was Cameron Drake 2 goals and an assist, Quentin Smith the helper, Sean Steinley a goal and an assist, Jacob Sokolsky the 2 goals, Dylan Zalanka with an assist, and Dalton Piazzatelli with 2 assists, Ryan Marietta with an assist as well in the game. The goaltenders in this one, fine performances. Andrew Burkett, 8 saves on 10 shots. Nate Norkovicis, 14 saves on 16 shots. And let's see, in that final period, the black team with 12 shots on goal and 3. So Eddie Kaufman with 10 saves on 12 shots. And Carson Burkhardt on the other side, as it was 10 shots. He made 9 saves on 10 shots for the black team as they come away with a victory, and that's the Mount Lebanon Ice Arena scoring summary. You want to get us a scoring from this one, Rob?
Hey, basically recap most of it. If you want to go score by period, it was 2-1 after the first period in favor of the gold team. Wes Scott got the black team on board first. Sean Steinley then scored for the goal team. Jake Sokolsky then added one about 2 minutes later, 2-1 after 17 minutes of play. And then in the second period, Cameron Drake from the gold team extended that lead to 3-1. Steinley and Zelonka got the helpers there. Sokolsky picked up his second tally just 11 seconds later unassisted. So it's 4-2 with the gold team after 2 periods of play. It seemed like the gold team was going to win this one comfortably. And then the black team comes storming back with Darren Smith and Scott picking up another goal. And then right before the horn, Tyler Wolf scored his second goal, or his first goal, I should say, as well. So then it was all knotted going 4-4 into the locker room. And then the third period, Cameron Drake scored 9:28 to go. Thought it would have held up with the way that Eddie Kaufman was playing in net for Meadville on the gold team. And then on the other side for the black team, Wolf scores twice in the span of about 29 seconds. So that's your scoring summary, of course, brought to you by Mount Lebanon Ice Arena.
All right, and that'll do it for us. We are going to take a break, and then we'll turn it over to the single A All-Star game. Steve Nagler and Chris Lackner will have that one for you. We'll have video coverage of that here on the MSA Sports Network as well. Great afternoon here from the PIHL, a terrific event. We'll have it all day for you here on the network. Thanks so much to Scott Majeski for working the camera for us today. For Rob Longo, I'm Josh Rowntree saying good afternoon from the Alpha Complex. The final score, Team Black wins the D2 All-Star game 6-5 over Team Gold here on the MSA Sports Network.
You have been listening to the PIHL on MSA. High school hockey at MSAsports.net has been sponsored in part by the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Hockey League, by Chatham University, by First Commonwealth Bank, by UPMC Sports Medicine, by Officially Sports, by Progress, by Carlow University, by Dollar Bank, by Monticello's Italian Restaurant, and by Management Science Associates. You can follow the high school hockey season all year long, every day, by logging on to www.msasports.net. The preceding has been a special presentation of the Management Science Associates Sports Network.
MSA Sports. Your broadcast has been ended.